Welcome to the Learn to Sew Academy channel. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you.
Today we're going to be working with this beautiful fabric here. We're gonna make a kaftan dress with bell sleeves. So we're gonna center this pattern. We're gonna make it to be in the center into 4 layers. So this was first folded across like this, and then I folded it this way. It came folded like this. Actually, I just turned it to get the wrong side. So now I'm folding it this way to have our 4 layers. So I'm going to be working with a shoulder of 16 inches, bust of 42, hip of 45, and then a sleeve length of 22, and our dress length is going to be the full length of this, which is 52. To measure from the fold, this is our fold, and we have a shoulder of 16. We divide that by 2. That gives us 8 inches. I'm going to add an allowance of half an inch. That's 8.5, which is what I have right here. But if you want it to drop some more, you can. If you want the shoulder to drop some more, you can extend it and make it longer. If you don't want it to look too much like a dress shoulder, you can extend it and add some more. And then from here down, I'm going to be doing a 10.5 because I want it to be a bigger armhole right here, just for it to be freer on the body. And then from the edge here, we have my bust is 42. I'm going to add 6 more to that. So that will be 48. You have to divide that by 4. If you divide by 4, like I said, if you can't do it off edge, just fold it like that. If you divide by 4, you divide by 2 first to get 24. You divide 24 by 2 again, you will get 12. So you can also fold your tape measure just like this to see where it is. You know, you first divide by 2, you get 24. You divide again, you get 12. So I'm going to be measuring 12 right here at the point where I'm going to start to cut my armhole. That's the point from the edge that I measure down here. So I'm going to do 12 right here. And then from that point to where my hip measurement is going to be, that's going to be like, if you think about it, your half length is, like in this case, the half length is 15. If your half length were 15, and you know that from where you have your half length to where you have the beginning of your hip, you know that you have like 8 inches from there. Then you will know that from the top you want to just measure 23 inches. That's where your hip measurement is going to start from, at that 23 inches. Again, you start measuring from the middle point, and we are adding 6 like I said. So I have 45 as the hip. We had 6, that will give us 51. So you divide your 51 by 4, that's going to give you 12.75. So you measure your 12.75 right there, and remember to put your allowance. So I'm putting an allowance of half an inch right there. And then up here at the bust area, when we did a 12 inch, we should also remember to put our allowance right there. So now the next thing we want to do is you want to connect the shoulder area to where you have your armhole area. So what you want to do is just to make a curve like this. And again, like I explained in my video on how to make armholes, you can check that. I will leave the description, and I will leave a link in the description. You can also use a French curve if you prefer. You can use a French curve to do your armhole too by joining it, but you can also use your free hand like you see me do if you're used to doing that. So now that we have measured our hip, we're just going to connect everything from here down, and I want it to just keep flowing like an A all the way to the edge. I'll have to trim this edge. It's not very uniform, but I'll trim it so that it's uniform. I want to use the whole length of this fabric, so I'll just trim that edge to make the end more uniform. But at this top, I want to make sure that the front matches the back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect here to where I have my hip area. And then I'm just going to connect this all the way to the bottom. I want it to just form a little bit of almost like an A shape to the end. Now we'll cut. Next is for us to do the neckline. So we can do like 4.5 by 5 inches over here. But I wanted to show you the different options that we have. Now, if you just wanted to cut it the way it is, you just make sure that over here everything is properly aligned. They are not shifting, the front and the back. You want to make sure they are properly aligned. But you can also decide to open it up if you want to cut the front and the back with a different neckline. Like for example, if you want the front to be like V neck, the back, round neck, you can do something like that. You have to separate it. Let me just mark the wrong side of the fabric first, so that when you separate, you know which part of the fabric is the wrong side. So like I said, at the shoulder, you want to cut it across so that way you can separate it. If you wanted like the front to be more deeper than the back, you also need to separate it like this. So I'm just going to trim this edge to make it straight. And then we'll continue on the neckline. I'm going to separate it now. I'm going to pull them apart. So this is what you do if you are making a different neckline. I'm turning this now to the wrong side, because again we do the markings on the wrong side. Then you want to align the front and the back pieces together now. Make sure you align this properly. And then you want to measure the neck width. And when you get the neck width, whatever you decide to make your neck width, you want to cut it such that you want to make a little cut at the beginning, so you know for both the front and the back, you know what width you're using. So I just want to straighten this and make sure nothing is moving. Now I'm making a neck width of 4.5. And then let's assume I'm gonna do a neck depth of 5 inches. I'm actually going to be cutting the front and the back together as 5 inches for this particular project. But I just want to show you if you were going to do a different neckline. Let's assume that this is the front. You mark out your 5 inches. You can use your French cuff if you have one to do your neckline. And you can also use freehand like you see me do at first. If you're used to free line, you can just use the freehand. I mean, you can just use a freehand. Then you cut both the front and the back together so you know where you start cutting. I mean, at the edge, you just do a little cut at the edge. And then now you cut the front separate. And then you go to the back, and whatever you've decided to do the back, either you want the back to be deeper or you want it to be just smaller like that. So you want to check and make sure that whatever the back is. So you cut that separately. That was why we separated this at the beginning. But when you do this, you must always remember that because you don't have a zipper at the back, you want to have enough space so you can have you'll be able to fit in your head when you put it in. So like I said, I'm actually going to make the same cutting for the front and the back. And I just shaped the shoulder too because I'm making it like a dress even though it's a free one. So I'm going to check what my armhole is right here because this will help in cutting my sleeves. And I have 12 inches here. So I'm going to go ahead now and work on the sleeves. Check the next video for how to cut the belt sleeves and to stitch this kaftan. Thank you.